关系，我只好从这里找了，因为不是现在来不及了，先别说了。
一阵阵海风对海面吹过，往事如云，随时代一直转逝。世事越头看，人生的路途变化这多，免担心，若肯做，就会得到机会。一步一步，咱来用心，爱认真，着打拼，着甘愿面对面头前所有问题。一步一步，咱来共心，行共济，将真心化作莲花。一步，咱来认定，爱认真，免惊吓。有计划，靠咱的行动证明一切。一步一步，咱来同心，行同齐，行向咱心内的家。听笑一个家，听笑美丽土地，快乐随着时间不断的轮回，永远咱的家，快乐有这多，拢是看好未来感动的香花。一阵阵海风对海面吹过，往事如云，随时代一直转逝。世事越头看，人生的路途变化这多，免担心，若肯做，就会得到机会。一步一步，咱来用心，爱认真，着打拼。
不好意思，请问听得到我的声音吗？
好，数满麦克风，您可以测试一下哦。好，麦克风。洪晨，这个麦克风可能声音要再大一点哦，感恩。麦克风。 这边碰到了哦，所以这边秋荣投影的部分发生什么事？
免惊吓，有计划，靠咱的行动证明一切。一步一步，咱来同时行同齐，行向咱心内的家。啊，听小一个家，听小美。时间不断的轮回，永远咱的家，快乐有这多。
Hello， 师姐，等一下那个 Tiffany 涂君叶会上线了。哦，有听见吗？有听见吗 ？Hello。
就像一片随波逐流的落叶，有时奔波，有时盘旋，又好像辗转蜿蜒的河流，涌向未知的旅程。我一路飘向海角，我一路流向天边。生命的际遇如此多变，或许一切只能随缘。就像一朵随风飘逝的浮云，瞬息万变，片刻不停，又好像一曲诗歌的共鸣，又是高亢，又是低吟。我一路飞向黑夜，我一路唱到天明。生命的过程一如幻影，其实平凡就是安宁。就像时光不断轮回的四季， 春去秋来，生生不息，又好像一则无解的谜语，遍寻答案，忘了谜题。我在路上看见你，我也看见我自己。生命是一场不期而遇，姻缘如此不可思议。就像一片随波逐流的落叶，有时奔波，有时盘旋，又好像辗转蜿蜒的河流，涌向未知的旅程。我一路飘向海角，我一路流向天边。生命的际遇如此多变，或许一切只能随缘。就像一朵随风飘逝的浮云，瞬息万变，片刻不停，又好像一曲诗歌的共鸣，又是高亢，又是低吟。我一路飞向黑夜，我一路唱到天明。生命的过程一如幻影，其实平凡就是安宁。就像时光不断轮回的四季，春去秋来，生生不息，又好像一则无解的谜语，遍寻答案，忘了谜题。我在路上看见你，我也看见我自己。生命是一场不期而遇，姻缘如此不可思议。
下第一招，跑个下吹嘞。哦，答对了，就是要疼惜咱这个家。那这个家是什么？其实小家的话就是自己的身体。
And this is a very beautiful song. Please give me your big hand.
家人，对不对？
If you can answer it right, then you have to cherish your home. And I think you can cherish everything, like your physical health, and your family members, and everyone in the world. And this is the big family of Tzu Ji. And now let's share you the second song, right? And this is the song which is the theme song of the Da Ai drama, which is on right now. And now this is a very good affinity that we can just do the wonderful song. So now let me guide you and let's do some exercise together before our wonderful presentations.
Give你小星星，送你花一朵。你在我生命中太多的感动，然后滑过去，变成天使一样。你是我的天使。
And let me give you a little star, and it is really touching in my life. And you are just my angel, and you guide me all the way.
听我说谢谢你。
And no matter how much time has changed, I still love you and I will make it into a song. And now listen to me. I will say thank you because of you. And warmth is in our heart. Thank you because of you. And the world is more beautiful. Listen to me. Thank you because of you. And love is in our heart all the time. Thank you because of you. The world is more beautiful now. Is it simple? So this is very simple. So we can all do this together. And if this is good, give me some big hands, please. Master Zonghan says, if you give others a big hand, it means that you are giving yourself a big hand. And now I'm really grateful. And we don't have an earphone today. And so I just hold on my microphone. And let me just put on the headset and let's just sing this song one more time. Please give me some encouragement. Thank you very much. Thank you. So this is a kind of a wonderful night, right? And technology is really, really convenient, but dangerous, right? And I have already been here since like 5 o'clock, but I just had no idea that we lost our microphone and we lost our Facebook, but YouTube is okay. So I think the interpretation is going on now, okay? And if you just open up the Facebook, I think it is a big problem. And if you are on YouTube and it's okay, so this is a wonderful activity team, right? Yeah, even though they face kind of a big problems and they know that it's gonna be kind of a delay. However, you know, they know to just play a song ahead of everything before our speakers come over. And you see, everything is a challenge. Everything is a challenge, but we can still do it. Right? So this is wonderful, right? Okay. So now let's change our kind of schedule, and we have Wang and give you some more interesting activities, right? And can you hear me now, ladies and gentlemen? That's good. So let's play the song. And I'm giving you little stars. And I also give you a flower. And you are in my life. And you give me a lot of touching stories. And you are my angel. And you guide me all the way. And wherever you are, and whatever the world changes, however the world changes, and I still love you, and I make it into a song. Listen to me, I say thank you because of you. And warmth is always in the 4 seasons. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the world is more beautiful. And listen to me, thank you. Because of you. The love is always in our heart. Thank you. Thank you very much. And let me spread the love all around the world. So do it with me. Thank you. And you also say thank you. Love you. You also say love you. Good. And let me give you some little stars. And I also give you a flower. You are very, very, very important in my heart. It is retouching. And you are my angel. And you guide me all the way. And however time changes, I always love you and I will make it into a song. Listen to me. Thank you. Because of you. And warmth is always in the 4 seasons. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the world is more beautiful. Listen to me. Thank you. Because of you. And love is always in my heart. Thank you. Thank you very much. And I will spread the love all around you. Thank you. Because of you. And warmth is in the 4 seasons. Thank you. Thank you so much. And the world is more beautiful. Listen to me. Thank you. Because of you. And love is always in our mind. Thank you. Thank you so much. And I spread love all around the world. This is very good. Thank you. Thank you very much. And the world is more beautiful. Wow, this is really beautiful. Thank you so much. I finished my task. And teacher Mei said that we have to sing the gas in the cloud. Can you sing it? Let's try a little bit. So let's begin the song. Can you begin? I love the online study group Kaohsiung on Wednesday, and every word they say is precious, and we have all the precious phrases in the whole room, and we can't see anybody here because they are in the cloud. And I love the online study group on Wednesday, and every word they say is precious, and we receive a lot of praise in the air. But we don't see anybody because they are in the clouds. Let me play you the music. And let's give her a big hand. Okay. And we haven't ever met such a problems, right? This is a technical problem. And okay. If you don't know what I'm doing, then let me tell you, and this is a technical problem, so I will just play you a lot of songs. Are we happy today? Of course we are. Are we safe and peaceful here? Of course, right? So let's sing this song all together. I love the online study group on Wednesday, and every word you say is precious, and we receive all the good praises in air, and we are in the air, so we don't see each other. And this is a true existence and a wondrous existence. And we have fun here, and you guys are really the invisible guests in the cloud online. And we are so diligent walking on the Bodhisattva path, and we are really the Dharma in the world. And this is really, really amazing and precious. And I love the online study group on Wednesday, and every word they say is precious, and we receive a lot of praise online. But we don't see anybody because they are in the cloud online. I love the online study group Kaohsiung on Wednesday, and every word that you say is precious, and we receive all the praises online, and we don't see anybody actually because they are in the cloud. And the true existence and the wondrous emptiness is really a happy thing, and we feel the joy and we feel the sadness, and we don't see each other. Why? Because we are the guests in the clouds, and everybody is diligent in the Dharma teaching, and that is why we have the Dharma all over our body, and we spread the Buddha's teaching, so we get the wisdom life. And I love the online study group Kaohsiung on Wednesday, and every word we say, you say is precious, and we receive all the praises online. But we don't see anybody here because you guys are all in the clouds. Thank you, activity team. You did a wonderful job, and you saved our lives. And don't worry, now I think you can see us, right? And YouTube is okay, but Facebook is a problem. You can see us through Facebook, right? And if you ask, well, why don't you just begin the online study group on time? That's because you are on the Facebook, which is wrong, okay? And of course, and I'm still happy here. If you see me, I'm here. So let's talk about the Tzu Chi and learn the Dharma all together. And we did believe we have the potential, so let's be diligent together. So as we begin, then when we always guide everybody and talk about the talent of Master Zheng Yan. So today, let's take a really quick glance at what Master Zheng Yan reminds us every week. So you just read it, and we will know what is Master Zheng Yan's ideal talents, right? So if you are Master Zheng Yan's ideal talents, just jump up and tell each other, thank you to study with me. And this is very grateful that Master Zheng Yan says we are the Dharma deliverer, and we have to really exactly diligently deliver the Dharma, things like 90 I mean 2019. So if you love Mr. Zheng Yan, and let's spread the Dharma of Tzu Ji more. And in 2020, in April 2020, Mr. Zheng Yan says that let's just have like an online study group international. So we have a lot of languages, and we do a lot of like oral interpretations. And let me tell you the secret, right? And the thing is 6:45, and we have been in a chaos. So now right here, we still receive a lot of good encouragement. And let me tell you, like we have oral interpretations in over 10 different languages. And today, let's take a look. Okay, which week is this week? Tell you what, this is a week 0. Okay, because this is a kind of extra. And we have Zongchen Qiongzu and Zongchen Xing who says that in this lifetime we can't understand what Mr. Zheng Yan says directly, but through translations we can still understand what she's talking about. But I wanted to get familiar with Mr. Zheng Yan's voice so we can do it. We can still know it as a Dharma for my next life. So today, it is kind of extra week. So we have many more like oral interpreters here. And this is kind of a cross-region translators, right? Like in English team, and we have oral interpreters in Kaohsiung and in America and in Australia. And we have a Japanese team, and we have Cantonese, and we have Thai, and we have Cambodian, and we have Malay. So today we are going to listen to the wonderful assurance from volunteers with Mr. Zheng Yan's journey to Kaohsiung tonight. We don't understand the other languages, but through translation and oral interpretations, we make them understand. So give our online oral interpreters a big hand, please, right? So everything we talk about today will be faster and faster because we are running out of time, and we don't want to cut out any like good parts of the presentation. Right, and that's why I have to speak very fast today, right? And if you give us any positive feedbacks, right, and if you think this is necessary, but I haven't graded this for you online, don't worry, because I will just do it for the next weeks. So please give us a big hand, okay? Because we have a good technical team here. And when everything goes smoothly, and everything is smooth, right? But when you guys, like officers, are here, then our technical problems just occur again and again. So here, like we have some encouragement for you. And what is the encouragement that I want to give you here? And that is please give people power, give people wisdom, and give people happiness. And today, this is what we are doing. And let me tell you, wherever you are, please get online soon. And we are going to have the CEO of Charity Mission of Tzu Ji. So this is a wonderful encouragement. Please give us some positive feedbacks online if you can, right? And wherever you are, whoever you are, you can do this. And this is a wonderful encouragement for us, right? So let's find a group of people who can encourage you and spend a lot of time with them, and it will change your life. This is wonderful. So today, and we will have a lot of volunteers today, not only one. And of course, right, the leader is Bowen, CEO of the Charity Mission. And ladies and gentlemen, Bowen, let's have Bowen. I like to be with you because you have a positive energy. Right, okay, so CEO Yan, and I'm not going to talk anymore, and we waste a lot of time. So let's talk about the topic. This is the earthquake that I see.
Dear Masters of the Board, and the best book study in the world. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening.
台湾东岸发生6.8级的地震那这次地震
So today, I'd like to share about last month in the eastern coastal area of Taiwan, there was an earthquake. And this earthquake was very special, both for the government and for ourselves. So how can we complete our mission during this time? So it was on the 18th of September. That was in Xiong, in Taidong. And this was a 6.8 magnitude earthquake. So a few minutes later, we had started our command center. And so we had double masters to start preparing for home visits. And of course, relief items. And we started. So we worked with many enterprises, for example, in Care4, to provide some necessities, daily necessities, and that was actually transported from Taidong. So although that it was in Xiong, which is a rural area, actually the most affected and severe area was in Yuli. So we also worked with many food trucks to provide vegetarian meals for those affected by the disaster. So all 4 missions were involved in this disaster relief. So the very next day, we had Tzu youths, collegiates, and of course, Tzu University and University of Technology students to help with the cleanup. And of course, our Tzu Yuli Hospital and our Guanshan Hospital started as well to care for those injured. And our Dharma masters also went to the hospitals to care for and provide some financial assistance to those. So I really want to talk about this. Do you know who she is? So this is one of our students that is studying at TCU, so Tzu University. So she knew about Tzu from Czech Republic. And when she was writing her thesis as a graduate student, she saw that there was this organization called Tzu, and she was very curious about what Tzu does. And so she applied to come to Tzu to study here. And she started in first year. And she helped out as well. So I would like to commend her for giving this, for taking this opportunity to give. So I don't have a lot of stories, touching stories to share, but this time I saw, although it is not a big it's a big disaster, it's not really that big, but if we say it's small, it's not that small, because only one was had passed away and only several was injured. But because of the severity of the earthquake, it had caused many problems with houses and buildings. And so it wasn't a very big disaster. So the central government did not have any funding for this. At that time, Hualien County asked whether Tzu can assist with the disaster relief, providing support to those that have received problems with the housing. So they are separated into the severity. So we have the red, and then the yellow, and then the white. Red being the most severe and white being the less severe. So we worked with Tzu Chi, and of course with a tech company as well. And then to help out with the rebuilding of homes. And there was 4 schools out of the 50 that was affected. So they asked whether Tzu Chi can assist in this. So because we are from Hualien, we have taken a bigger responsibility in assisting those that have been affected by the earthquake. And so we can see that the red and the orange and also the white from Taidong is also assisted by Tzu Chi. So every day we see that the numbers are increasing, and that there is more people that are in need. So it was this disaster happened during COVID. So in these 2 years, we see that there has been many shortages of workers, labor workers, electricians, and immigrant workers as well. So there is 11 counties, 11 townships and villages. And so the first challenge was that there was a shortage of workers. The second challenge is that in these 11 townships and villages are very far away from each other. So the area is very large. And the third challenge is because there was no clear indication from the government regarding this earthquake relief, and also that the legislation for rebuilding is also very rigid. So we need to make sure that the rebuilding and the reconstruction that we do must adhere to these legislations. So at that time, we understand a lot of volunteers have been starting to prepare for masters, because master will be traveling around Taiwan soon. So a lot of volunteers have been preparing for that. And the fifth challenge that we have come across is because other organizations also want to assist. So they had started to do work in Yuli 3 days after the earthquake, and Tzu Chi had only began to ask for volunteers and introduce volunteers 3 days in those 3 days. So many of the organizations, the tech companies organization is that they are experienced in making factories, and many of our volunteers are usually retired. So Tzu Chi's volunteers, construction volunteers, is around 60. And then with the tech company, it is around 40%, 40 years of age. So actually, I heard that one of our older volunteers is around 80 years old. So, for example, people say that it is like that the tech company is like the military, whilst Tzu Chi is more like civil defense. So at that time, we asked for volunteers all around the world, all around Taiwan, sorry, to come together to help with the reconstruction and rebuilding. So after 1 month, we have been able to finish reconstruction of all the white and all the yellow buildings and households. So at that time, we was thinking that Kaohsiung will help with the Taidong reconstruction, and actually the ones from Hualien finished and went earlier to Taidong to help out. So we have actually increased our speed in Taidong. So the next step is for the severely affected and the kind of mid to severe affected households. So we thank the CEO office, Director Wang, and also Vice CEO George for assisting in this. So, although we at the start we were slower to start, so when we were at around the 5th household, we were neck to neck, but however, afterwards we were faster, like 40 households, and they were only up to their 20th household. So we see that Tzu Chi people have been working so hard and diligently and fighting for the opportunity to give. So what I really want to say is I want to bow down to you all, to all the volunteers.
我要这样吗？好，其实啊，我们都知道。
So Mr. Yan, please wait for me, and I'd like you to give you my best regard to you too. And actually, we all know that I didn't participate in the rebuilding team, but I felt very, very grateful because I knew that you were coming here. So everybody is here and they want to see you and show you their gratitude. So I show you a message. It says, wherever you are, and we are always with you here, right? And if we work hard, and everything is going to be better. And if we work hard, and we are not going to be alone. If we work hard, because we have the same aspiration. If you want to work harder with Mr. Yan Bowen, please give him a big hand too. And the screen had a problem. And he said he was like faced with some kind of challenges, right? And now I learned that. So when I just read your like a PowerPoint, and you said in a PowerPoint, and then come on, and then is a very, very term that the young people use, right? Okay, this is wonderful. Okay, and here is a message. It says that the preeminence is always there, and you just discover it, right? Okay. And Mr. Zheng Yan, like just personally give Mr. Yan her best regard, because Mr. Yan, okay, you always work at first and leave at last, right? So this is good, and this is your fast, and this is your vow, and you really follow up tightly with Mr. Zheng Yan. And of course, now let's have a Deputy CEO Shimin, and he is taking us back to like Shakyamuni Buddha's hometown. Okay, and thank you very much because our oral interpretation team had to wake up at 4 a.m. in the United States, in Australia. So now let's have Xiong Shimin, Deputy CEO. And sorry, I will play you the PowerPoint. Thank you. Go ahead.
Thank you very much for the CEO. Thank you very much for him to lead the whole team. We are grateful for him. Today, I have to share about this is our wish and aspiration as our master, and we have to go back to the Buddha's hometown. And this is our Jingxi linkage. Now I have to look at the map. The red one is Taiwan, and there is India. From Taiwan to Nepal is about 3,700 miles. Because our Earth is round, everybody is in the same Nepal. You can see that Nepal and India, actually they are the one country before. Buddha's hometown is called Nanbili. Before, this is actually it is inside the India. And you can see that there are a few places that is very important for Buddha, because can you see in the PPT? You can see it now. We can see that Buddha, he is born in Nanbili, and the second one is Sanif, and he the second one is Buhagaya, then he get enlightened. And the third one is Sanif. He is the first teaching over there. The fourth one is Kusinagara. This is he died in. But in next year, 2023, we will have 4 organizations in teaching organizations in the 3 places. There is 8 places very important about Buddha. I repeat that this is he's born in Nanbili and he's entitled in Buhagawa, and then he first teaching in Sanish, and he died in Kusinagara. And there is another 4 one is King Ashokas, he added on. This is Rekka. This one is the Buddha teach the Infinite Centra and the Lotus Centra, and has some built one album, and he teach in Wanchu Peak. Another one is Vasari, the other one is Saravasti and Sankasa. And later on, this is Wang. This is the king. He is the king Ashokas, and he certified that Buddha, he is born in Nanbili. You can see that this stone, this is the copy one. When Buddha is born, when he is can walk, he's walked 7 steps and have the 7 lotus at the back. And Buddha, he is cultivating in the bamboo ground. And one day when he's bathing in the river, and he is very weak, and he's funded. And later on, he's saved by one girl who is doing the shepherd. And one day, when he looked up in the sky at night time, he saw some stars, and then under this tree, Bodhi tree, and he got enlightened. Later on, this king Ashakas, he built tower for him, and there is a seat over there. And then later on, Buddha went to Sanif, and he starts to the first time to talk about the four noble teachings. And then he addressed a few disciples, and this is where the monastic practitioner starts. And Buddha's center is established. And I can see that Sarasvati is very close to the Wanchu Peak. And this is the teaching place. Buddha is teaching here. You can see that this is quite big. Master always said that we have the affinity. Might be in one day, so many more than 2,500 years ago, we are at the same time. Master, you, me, and listening to the Buddha's teaching in the Wanchu Peak. So we, how can we receive the Buddha teachings and the teaching from the Master? How can we give back? So we have the charity, medicine, education, and humanity in the hometown of Buddha. We have a lot of aid distribution and hot meal offering, and then we have vocational training, and we pay the local people for them to work. And then for the medicine, we have the go to visit all the cases, and then we plan to have the hospital there. There is about 20 projects in India and Nepal from next year. You can see that in Nepal, in Nambini, this is the family. You can see that this family is very poor. And in the second picture, you can see the child who is a little bit disabled and climbing on the floor, and his sister cannot go to school. And now, after Gigi help, the sister can go back to school, and then you can see that the father, the beard has been shaved. This is look at one of the child in the Nambili. Inside the tummy, it is this is all the water. When he meets Gigi, then we send him to the hospital and get the treatment. After a few operations, now the tummy, big tummy gone, and he's very happy now. Actually, in Taiwan, it is not difficult to have this kind of treatment, but over there, it is very difficult because people are poor.
1800户左右，这是我们第一次93年跟这个尼泊尔因缘，这是我们盖的房子哈，是当初
That is in 1993, when they starting in Nepal, and this is our first time to go to Nepal and then establish, set up four villages over there. In 2015, when there is an earthquake, there is about 100 some distances from the Nambini, and then we went there, and then we have the we went there for 17 teams going there, when we have about 11,366 people, and we try to help them to renovate the temple and the Buddha. You can see that these statues at the right, this is a little bit moved to the right-hand side. And then on the left-hand side is the after renovation. And we are working very hard to help the people, no matter this is help for the charity or the medicine. This is the first time when we went there. There is the hospital. You can see that the maternity bed is like that, is rusty. But after that, at the moment, we create a few local volunteers. This is all the Singapore and Malaysia volunteers team. And from Taiwan as well, we work hard to try to transform Nepal, a Buddhist hometown, from very poor to a very good country.
Thank you very much, Mr. Xiong, Deputy CEO. And now I think Jingcheng can come over. So, did you ever go to Nepal before? Okay, so he didn't go to Nepal this time. But how can you just tell such a beautiful story? Because, you know, I did go to Nepal before. But for this time, for this relief distribution, I did go to Singapore and Malaysia. And I saw a lot of touching stories, and I received a lot of pictures. So I know such stories. And Deputy CEO, a lot of people had never been to Nepal, neither had I. So do you think that I can also tell such touching stories? Of course you can, Teacher Meiyun. So if you really want to help spread the Dharma for Mr. Zheng Yan, I think telling Tzu Chi stories like Deputy CEO Xiong is really, really important. Okay, so don't tell me that, okay, I don't have pictures, so I can't just tell stories. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, now we are online here, and we have a lot of pictures for you, so don't tell me that that is not a good excuse, right? And now, like Mr. Xiong told us beautiful stories, and let me tell you what, okay, his like a PowerPoint profile has been already in a lot of like app, like apps, right? Okay, including Line. Okay, so you can just use it whenever you want to tell Tzu Chi stories, right? Okay, and here's a message that says that a lot of Tzu Chi volunteers, okay, they don't care about the cost, and they don't care about the time they spend, but they just want to do the good deeds and they give relief here. Okay, and here and we have a message saying that, okay, CEO, you are so lucky, and you are really wonderful person. And we have a volunteer from Beijing saying that, okay, we don't go on like a Facebook, right? So today I just can't just see anything. However, like we can do it through Facebook. And here we have a Neifeng, okay, Enli, and let me read you the catchphrase. And we have the CEO that leads the team and do the inventory of their life on the 4 missions of Tzu Chi, and let's just spread the Dharma. Okay, this is a catchphrase from Mongolia, right? And now I think we can still read a lot of messages from all over the world, and I hope that you can just really get online, okay, today. And actually, today's problem is not on Facebook, it is on a transmitter on Facebook, right? So we never know like what's wrong, okay? And this is kind of a great affinity too, right? Okay, so today we will have Jingcheng, who is going to tell us a good story about like 5 senses. Thank you.
Hello, I'm Yang. I'm taking over. So normally when the sharing person be on the stage, the backstage people will get relief. But now we have to do a lot of troubleshooting. So we can use our technology. We can use our technologies to spread the Dharma. There's another way that we can spread Dharma is to bring Dharma back to our home. So here's something that we could learn. And this is something that we could use life after life. So what I want to share with you is, maybe somebody will see this picture before. This is called crown shyness. So when you walk into the forest, if you look up, chances are you will see that this kind of phenomenon in the forest. So it is like in between leaves and crown shyness is a phenomenon observed in some tree species in which the crown of fully stuck tree do not touch each other, so forming a canopy with canal-like gaps. So this is like people and people, we need to give each other space and then to have boundary. So with social distance, we can also stop the virus from spreading. So there are some trees that when they try to survive, the people compete with other trees for space. But the more evolved trees are usually kind of have their etiquette and then to give each other trees some space. So when we use the 5 roots to feel the world, that your tongue, body, mind, eyes, ears, and nose. So in Heart Sutra that we need to rely upon our 5 roots to know the world, but we can't be totally obsessed and completely depend on them. So let's see how deep and wide is Buddha Dharma. So you say like, oh, I just first came to Kaohsiung and then kind of feel tired from traveling already. So if we took a little sun bath in the afternoon, it will help us to sleep at night. So how far is sun from sun from Earth? It's about 1,500 million kilometers. And from the rate of sunlight, by the time it hits the Earth, it takes 8 minutes and 20 seconds. So the sunlight that lays upon me at that moment, it was something 8 minutes ago. But if we never really learned about this, is information that we'll never find out about this. So here's the thing. There's a shorter distance for us to think about Dharma, but here is a poem from Tang Dynasty and talk about how farmers are work very hard to get us the food that on our plate. However, there's another part of this poetry that a lot of people didn't really know about it. It says that no matter how much we work, a lot of time the farmers are affected by the natural disasters, so they will have a hard time to feed themselves. So in Tang Dynasty, there's a grandmaster actually talk about there's a 5 contemplation that you should think about before eat. The first one, this food is a gift of the earth, the sky, numerous living beings, and much hard and living work. So we are so lucky to be fed, but when so many people and so many other animals have to fight for their life or have starving. In English, there's a saying that you are what you eat. Whatever you eat, you consume like healthy food, that you will be a healthy person, most likely. Master Cheng said that don't let our stomachs become garbage again. Garbage bin. Eating, how we consume food is not just the quality of the food, but how our mindset, our attitude, how we consume this food is also very important. So this movie is old classic movie, and maybe people were a little bit older will remember it. So, but all in all, in this first one is saying that it is important for us to work hard to get the food that put on our plate. And then, here is the Japanese TV series. So the grandma and the kids are very poor. So when they usually use a stick at the river to grab those food, whatever that float on the river. And then many times they can only have plum, like preserved plum and rice. But also interesting is one of the teachers in the school said that she cannot eat, she has stomach issues, she cannot eat the bento box that you have, so she used to trade with the little kids, so the kids always get conventional food. So basically what he said is that your attitude and what you do with your food is very important. So number 2 that we need to contemplate is may we eat with mindfulness and gratitude so as to be worthy to receive this food. Based on information that we get, about 1/3 of the food that we produce on Earth have been waste, have been dumped. But there are so many people having issue with getting the food that they need. So why do we eat? Well, it's to cure hunger and to get a more healthy body. But also sometimes we eat just because we are greedy, or because we have that craving. So sometimes, like when we see good food, like good looking food, we get greedy, we get eager to eat all this stuff. But sometimes
是我们面对食物的时候
Number
最容易
3,
产生的那一个感受。
for this
确实
is
是
may we recognize and transform wholesome mental formations, especially our greed, and learn to eat with moderation.
师傅们准备非常丰
So
沛的食物的时候，看到好吃的，就会由不得想要多
when
夹一
Jing's
点
Hall
点。
has
这样的一个
has
餐，其
put
实老是
these
吃太
5
饱是会
contemplations
出
on the
问题的
table,
哦。那
we
因为
she
贪
she
会造
has
成
a
自己的肚子
realization
太
that
饱，身体出问
there's a
题。
good
可是我们也
there's a
看到
food that
有
we
一
like,
些
and
人
sometimes we
这样
just
子
want to
把
get
食
more
物
of
拿
it.
出来做分享。
So
这是在大台北地区
we,
的一个
as we know
小
about
冰
Chinese
箱。
medicine,
好，就
that
有一
if
位
there's
方
something we ate too much,
方里长很有
it
名
will
的方
cause
里长，
imbalance, so
他
it
在
will
建立了这个思想冰
bring
箱
us
之后，其实是跟很
unhealthy
大的这
body.
个连锁店合
So
作。那这个冰箱里头的食物虽然快要过期，但是没有
So
过期。
the
这
picture
个
she's
分餐
showing
的每
is
一个人
that
都要
there
都
is
可以来拿，
a
只要你需要。
person that who
借由
set
这个
up
冰
a
箱，借由分享，
community
希望能
fridge
够发现更多
that
需要
help
帮助的人。
everyone,
所以我们在
everyone
立己
who,
的时候，
regardless of
也希
background,
望
if
能
you
够
need
利益他
something,
人。而
go
时
to
辰无
that
关讲
community
第5个部
fridge
分。
to
正是良
to
药
bring
未
to
疗
get
行
the
乎
food that you need,
当我
and
们
then
有
other
了这
people
些的
can
食
put
物
food
之
in
后，
there to
其
share
实
with
我们为什么要
people
吃
who
下
are
去？因为我们
less
常常
fortunate.
肚子饿嘛，尤其肚
Number
子饿的
4,
时候，其实很多的事都做不下去。
may we
好，
keep
所以
our
昨天
compassion alive by
我
eating
们
in
的
such
童
a
谣的室
way
友
that
到了半夜
reduce
不
the
见了，
suffering of
我们找了
living
他好久
beings,
以后，问他你
stop
去哪里了？
contributing
原来
to
因为肚
climate
子饿，
change,
所以去
and
吃泡
heals
面了。
and preserve
所
our
以因为肚
precious
子饿，很
planet.
多事做不下去，因为肚子饿，其实很可能身体也没有办法发
So
挥功能。
sometimes when we get
3楼
hungry,
有一个导
we
师
have
纪念
trouble
馆，我
to
不知道
perform
大
our
家有机
tests.
会去过吗？ 但是在这个导师的纪念馆当中，有着导师很多所用过、
And
所
at
的衣服、用具
Jing's
等等。
Abode, the third floor,
上人
there's
希望留
a
下的是导师的所有，能够让我们不只是借
there's
习，
a
也能够
like
了解的
museum
是
like a
导师的
display
精神。而
for
在这里看
our
到的是导师的餐具。如果大家知道，其实导师的用
grandmaster,
餐每一天
his
的菜色
his
一模一样，
master's
一
instrument.
盘的豆腐，
So
一盘
they
的
have
红
we
萝
have
卜，
preserved a
一盘
lot
的绿
of
色。
the
所以在金色帮导
utensils
师
and
准备
the
饭菜
items
的
that
师傅，
he
感
used
觉很
before.
没有成就
So
感。
we
明
see
明他很
that
认真的
how
煮，但是
he
别人都
eat.
以为他每天都让导师吃一样的
And
东西。所以当师傅在问导
So
师，师公，您每天
so
吃这个样
because
子怎么吃
because
得
the
下
grandmaster
去？
always
如
eats
果
so
叫我们
little
每天
and
吃
so
这样，
so
天哪，
simple
我一定肚子早就
that
翻
the
了。可是
kitchen
师公
staff
却说，
that who
天
prepare
天一
for
样
the
的
food
菜单
always
是
feel
为了不要麻烦别
unaccomplished
人，不要麻
because no
烦为
matter
他准
how
备食物的
they
人。而且师
how
公
much
说，其实
how
我不
hard
是
they work,
因为肚子饿
it
吃，
always
是因
look
为
like
时间
just
到，
they just
时间到
put
就
up a
吃
little.
饭。所以师公真的是未成道业，应受此时。这是师公
So
佛法生活化的
grandmaster
世
like tell
界。
them that like don't worry,
一
like
个
you
成
know
年人
this
一
is
天要做
only reason why
35000 个
he
决
is
定，
because
所
that
以
it's
平均来
time,
说，1分钟就要
not
做
just
36.5
because it's
个决
hungry.
定。
So the
所以很多
fifth
的决定其
elements
实
that
是
we
在
need
你
to
有意
contemplate
识
is
跟无意
we
识当
accept
中，
this
这些决
food
定
so
就
that
产生
we
了结
may
果。
nurture
你
our
觉得有意
brotherhood
识
and
的多
sisterhood,
吗？没有啊，因为
build
我
our
并没有感
Zonghan,
受到
and
我一
nourish
天
our
有做
ideal
35000
of
的决
serving
定，
all
所以
living
应该
beings.
是无意识的产生比较
So
多。如果无意识的产生
an
的这个
an
决
adult
定会比较多，
person
那
will
么像上人
make
所讲的，
about
培养好习惯应该就
35,000
是很重
decisions
要的。
every day.
因为我们在无
So
意识
every
之下
minute we will
就
probably
会
make about
做了选择，而这个
36.5
选择源自于
decisions.
哪
So
里？
a lot of
平
it
常
is
的
kind of
训练，
unconscious.
平常的训练
So
就是
it
习
is
惯。
important for us to
1.01 乘
be
以
mindful
365，
and
好，等于37
and
点
for us to be
多。
mindful,
所以
we
如
have to
果
train
这样
ourselves
的一
every
个
day,
习惯，每
every
天进
day,
步一
and
点
then
点，
so
每天存下来
we
一点
could
点，其实1年之后就进步了
implement it in our daily lives.
37.5倍。为什么上
So
人要
if we
在斋堂贴满
can
了十存五观？这在这个过
improve
程
a
当
little
中，
bit,
让我
you
有
know,
深刻的
and
感受。
and
也就是这
accumulate
样的
that
一个
will be
十存五
very
观，一个不离修行的健康
it will
养
accumulate
生
a
法。
lot.
还
So this is why Master Chen always said that we have to contemplate these five things before we eat. Every day with this we could purify our mind, and we can also bring more health in our life. So every day with 3 meals, every meal that we should contemplate these 5 contemplations. So this is something very important that Master Cheng and Abode remind us during this pandemic. Besides spreading Dharma around the world, we should always bring Dharma back to our home. Thank you, thank you.
Wow, it's amazing. So thank you. And at this moment, I realized that when Jingcheng was giving the presentation, and a lot of you were taking pictures, right? Why were you taking photos, right? Because they just want to catch the PowerPoint, like a pages, right? Okay, and I think they want to do some reviews, and they want to share the good ideas with others. And here, we can know that like we read a lot of numbers in your presentation, and I felt astonished, right? Oh my God, we made over 35,000 decisions every minute, right? Okay, and today here they got 2 packs of cookies. Which one would you choose, right? I want both. Okay, so I will choose the right one. So ladies and gentlemen, if you have a pack of a cookie on your cookie, and that's yours that you can choose, right? So now you don't have the chance to make any decisions right here. Okay, okay, so let's give them a big hand, because this is kind of sponsored by Guoguowu. Okay, so whenever like volunteers with Mr. Zheng's journey come, and we will give you a lot of like gifts here. Okay. So now, ladies and gentlemen, you will see Jingcheng is really grateful, and she sees a lot that we don't see. Okay. And if she is mindful enough, and of course she is mindful enough, right? And she wants us to observe some like a trivial, like a tiny things in life, right? Okay. Okay. So, if you have ever been to Nepal, raise your hand. Okay, some of you did, right? And right here, okay, we know that, okay, Mr. Zheng Yan, okay, eats all the same food in her 3 meals, right? Okay. Okay. And why? And if it is not shared, we never know this, right? Okay. And he just didn't want to like bring trouble to anybody, right? Okay. And Wang Xiantong, okay, if your wife does the same thing to you, then how do you feel? And of course, right? Okay. And Mei Hui, of course, you are here, then just offer him the same food like every day, and you are going to be more relaxed, right? Okay. And of course, right, this is just a joke, right? Of course, right? Okay. And I will just get something, and I will just give it to my husband, and my husband would be really kind of, well, amazed. And I say, someone give me something, and my husband will say, yeah, you just want people to give you something because you are a greedy person. Okay. Well, if you are not greedy, then why did somebody want to give you something? Well, because I'm popular, right? Okay. I think this is only my excuse, right? Okay. I don't need it, so I don't need people to give me anything. So, if you are full, do you still want to eat something? No, right? And he is wearing a mask, so it's not convenient for him to talk, right? And today, our cookies are provided by Guoguofu. Okay. And this is a good news, right? Okay. We are satisfied and we are happy. If you are happy and satisfied, please give Guoguofu a big hand. Okay, please go back to your seats. And here, I think we are going to introduce you something new, and this is the brown rice and the rice, and we use such rice and make them into noodles, so we call them rice noodles, right? They are super delicious, and if you make them like a rice noodles soup, and the soup is also good. Okay, and if you want to send it as a gift to others, and this is a good choice because it's only costs like $100, right? And this is our new product, and is Jingen here?
不是金恩哦，是丹哦，是丹。
Okay.
对不起。
And is she still busy?
老师的眼睛大。
Okay, so I think it's time for you to come over.
真是把自己说的。
Oh, actually not Jing'en, so it's Sidan's showtime. Okay. So Mr. Sidan, and because I got big eyes, I don't see you. Because you shrink yourself like too small. And Sidan is a good person, and he's young, therefore I like him. And I like really to stand with him.
Okay.
And I always bother Sidan. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, Chen Sidan.
师兄师姐，大家晚上好。
Okay.
早安，午安。站在台上，我第一个想到的就是刚刚师姐在唱的那个。
Abode and all volunteers. Hi everyone.
真的很感恩大家哈！刚刚看到在开始的那7点的时候，看到旁边
come to my mind first is the song. The volunteers just lead us to
还有翻译者，还有很多观众，还
in
有
the
现场的大
beginning.
家。 感恩大家
And
到现在还留在
I'm so
这个
touched
进
that
行
in the
现场
beginning
在线
that
上每次来到现
the
场
team encountered some problems in the beginning of the program, but so far everyone still stay with us here. So
大家之前有可能有
I've
听
been
过这样
here
子的
for
一个
several times.
这个青年世代，其实青年世代
and each time I also think
可能是过去的青
deeply
年，还
inside.
有现在的青年和将来的青
And
年，过去、现在跟未来的青年。青年
youth
是一个这样的一个
generation.
名称，每个时
When
代
talking
的
about
青年都不
youth
一样。
generation,
以
I
前的年
believe
轻
you've been
人在
there,
家中
no
很爱到
matter
处玩，妈妈就拉着
before
都
or
是
after.
小朋友回家了，快点不要玩了，
It's
回家。
just the
现在的小朋友
name.
是家长要
So
拉着小朋友到
before,
出外玩，
in the
晒
old
晒太阳，
times,
动一动身体，不要待在家。
the
以
parents
前的人
always
说低
calling
头
them
族，现在的
back
说低头族
from
一
playing
样。
around
以前
outside.
是看报纸，然后等公车
But
的时候
now
看报
it's
纸。现在的
different
人低头
because
族看三
many
C 产品，没有一个时代
children
没有
are
过
becoming
片的
like
地方。然后就
smartphone
说
addicts.
不要一直
So
在
that's
低头了，不
why
要再低头了，不要一直玩，不要一
parents
直玩。
ask them
每个
to
时代都
go
有不同
out
的一个情况。
to
然后
play
曾经
around.
早期的有这种叫做
So
这个
we
草
can
莓
also
族，
see
慢
from
慢
the
有个什么
pictures
水蜜桃族，
different
然后有
generation
月
has
光族，
different
然后慢慢
lifestyles.
有什么乳蛇世代，乳蛇是什么
And
？loser 哈，
we
这个是
also have
这
many
个年轻人
names
会说
for
肥乳
different
哈，这个待
generations,
在家里面的宅男。
such
慢
like
慢有什么佛系青
strawberry
年、性
generation
平月
and
光族，很多的
loser
名称，每个时代
generation,
都有各自的问题。
and
那青年他
so
其
on
实
so
没有任
forth.
何的不对。也没有任何的
And
不好，
also
而是有
there's
更
like
多要成长、要努力的地
the
方。那你接触
poor
的青年，
young
你自己曾经的青年是怎样的一个
generation.
青年？我们都青年过哈，我也不太
So
像
there's
青年哈，
nothing
我已经差
right
不
or
多
wrong,
超越这个
but
35岁的一个
there's
年龄哈。那
space for
在
the
还有
room
很
for
多最近的一些报道，
for
在分
growth.
析年轻世代到底是怎样一个时代。我最近看了几本书，我觉得是一个非常好的一个分析。现在的一个青年，
And
他受到很好的
from
保护，
many
尤其在发
recent
展中国
reports,
家、已发展国家。 青
the
年不像以前
analysis on
有很多传
the
大，
young
但是受了非
generation
常多的保护。
um,
渐的，当
like
初以前我们所经历过的叛逆期，现在
release the
年轻人
information like
都在家，
many
他
young
们叛逆期
generation
慢慢的减
receive
少，
the good
或者
protection.
延迟了。哦，以前我们的叛逆期
But
可能在
and
国中，
without
慢慢到高
going
中，到
through
现在可
the
能大学之后才
teenage
开始进入叛逆期，或甚至走
rebellion.
向没有叛逆期哦。大家看这个
So
右手边这
maybe
张图啊。那他在讲到的是，
like
现在
that
年轻
period
人都
in
非常
our
觉得自我的
ages
生
is
命
like in
没有
junior
用，我不
or
会享
high
受人生哦，不像以前的人，
or senior
到
high
河
school
边去抓抓鱼，哦
and
放
from
风
this
筝，觉得
chart
好好玩。
downstream.
那现在年轻人只困在山西
And
产品，山西
here
不好吗？
the
好吗？ chart
tell us that
就连
actually many
大家都在分析
young
为什么
people
现在年
think
轻人越
they
来
are
越少
like
加入宗教。
smartphone
这是基督教的一
addicts.
本书，拥
So
抱
they
Z 世代。
feel
那他
got
分析到
different
说，
opinions
以往
to
啊，牧师
the
很担心年
lifestyles.
轻人去信奉其他
And
宗教，要如何去
here's
保留
also
自己
another
的这些
chart
下一代留在同样宗教。
analyze
现在
that
担心的是什么？现在担心的是
in the
大家
past
已经
that
不相信宗教
actually
了，
people
无
worry
宗教
about
青年的人口
the
逐年
youth
大幅度
the
的这个
youth
上升哦。
religions.
包含
But
这些
now
年轻
the
人透过
situation
不同的书
changed
这是一本
because
书，
actually
在
there are
美
many
国，
young
在欧
people
洲不同的
they
国家
don't
看到的情况都一
believe
样。
in any
只要是发展
religions.
中的国家，对于这种宗教的信
And
仰完全
this
完
this
全越来
report
越
is
消
from a
失。
book.
像左下角这张图，让我看到是蛮
And
震撼
they
的。
got
做过礼拜的这个成
for
年人天
the
主教徒啊，到
developing
了最近这几年，掉的
countries.
几乎少过2成。
And
像
like
这个情况
from the
是非常
chart
非常严重，
here,
所以我们很常说啊，
they are
其实
actually
年轻人在哪里？然后其他
in
的
recent
这个
years,
宗教都在说年轻人在哪里？其
the
实年
people
轻
go,
人
the
在不
young
在？
people
他
go
一直
to
都
the
在。
church
他
actually
不
are
在你的身边
reducing.
哦，因为生在别人的家哦。但是
And
或者是你的小朋友长大了，年轻人在不在？还在。台湾少子化，其他国家还是在发
Yeah,
展
and
中，
for young
还是在
people,
成
they are
长。
always
那
there.
为什么
However,
呢？现在 Z 世代的年轻人，他接触资讯的方法不一样
even
了。
there
透过
are
山西，
like
看到现场很
lower
多人拿
birth
手机在
rate
拍
in
照，
Taiwan.
看到很多人
We
现在
still
透过
have
手
young
机线上
people.
在听分享，
And
大家在看着电脑，
the
生活方式
different
都不一样
way
了。
is
很多
how
人觉
they
得为什么
receive
要来
the
到现场啊？我
information.
线上就可以啦。所以呢，现
And
在开始
most of
逐
them
步
are
的行动的转换。那很多
there
人觉
are
得
most
以
of
前啊，
them
透过
obtain the
一个每
information
个礼
through
拜天的一个机会
smartphones.
礼拜，他可以在这个现场跟大家互
And
动，因
now
为没
what
有
they
手机，
changed
因为没有
is
Line，
like
因为没
the
有
action
Instagram，他
that
需要人与人之间互
they
动。现在
they
资讯都可
prefer
以改变
to
这样子的方法，
take
所以
action
年轻
to
人他不再需要这样
express
子的方法
their
了。
faith.
这本书我看了很震撼，他最后的
And then
背面他写了这一句，他说
in
现
the
在的年
past,
轻
they
人啊，
need
他
to
不再要求，不再
communicate
寻
with
求
people.
宗教的
However,
场所，
it's
为什么
not
呢？因为他不需要宗教的场所
same
找
for
到他
nowadays.
心中所
And
需要
from
的这
this
些安
book,
定，像透过这个线上打游戏、
they are not
读书会、瑜伽、
actually
运动
the
等等
current
世俗的
youth
空
are
间，
no
找到
longer
他心灵
thinking
中的
purpose
所需
and
的
the
东西。
community
这样子
within,
的一本书
like
其实
religious
非常多，
spaces.
在英文、中文，
And
那
but they can
慈济
find
进食法脉、
in
慈济中
fitness
文
group
如何
and
可
virtual
以永
spaces,
续。我们
etc.
说
And
传
such
承
kind
进食
of
法脉，
books
然后呢，
are
我们要弘扬
common
慈济中文， 中文要来担。诶，
in the
如果没
market.
有人来担，
And
那
when
法
we're
脉要怎
talking
么传？
about how
这个也
to
是一个很大的问题。
get
每一次来到这边，
慈济
我也是自我
Dharma
反思
lineage
的一个
and
session，一
school
个
to
时段。
be
那去年有
sustainable.
跟大家分享，我们透过青年线上
This
办
is
学
a
训，
critical
那
topic
因为疫
for
情的
us
关
to
系，
think about it.
以往的客服，诶，有了线上的
And
工具之后，我们
whenever
如何
I'm
转变？
here,
之前
I
分享
also
过，这
talk
次再跟
about
大家
this
更新一下。我们透过了这样
topic.
子一个线
And
上
like
办
last
学
year,
，3000多位的弱势
we talk
偏乡
about
小朋
the
友，经过了1年，
no
我们
child
不断的陪伴，有
behind,
大专
leave
院
no
校的
child
1000多位的
behind.
大学生，
And
还有
we
教联会
actually
毕业慈庆学长
had
姐
such
200多
kind
位
of
来照
program
顾
to
弱势的
take care of
经
the
济弱势、原
school
民、慈济关怀
children
户的这些小
by
朋友呢，一起
accompanied
来陪伴他
by
们。
the
这一般生呢，多半都是在偏乡、
慈
原
青
乡的一些小朋友哦，我
and
们持续来
also
陪伴。
the
透过这样子的一个方法，
school
透过
children
陪伴
they
教
are
育，
from
我们
like
SDGs
慈济 care
在讲的是优质教育，有
recipients
很多的小朋友
and
在
some
这样子的一
with
个科技进步
financial
的时代，
the
很多小朋友
privileges
他没有
etc.
机会有3C 产品。
We
他
also
完全
have the
脱离，得
analysis
不到资
on
讯。
their
我们这样子陪
reading
伴之后，可以看
comprehension
到有持续
between
参加
the
这
new
个线上办学的
students
旧
or
生
the
比起
existing
新
one.
生人数，他的
And
能力学习等等都会
after
更加的
our
优渥
after
比较
this
好。那从
program,
线上虚
they
的
actually
如何走到实，也
are
很重要哦，非常重要。从
they
线上
actually
到线下，那今年
getting better in this aspect.
不再有这样子的一个
So from online to offline,
朝向亲密
it's actually quite important
病
that
毒共生息的这样子一个情况之下，线下可以开始进行。我们跟工研院合作这样子一个人文种子师资培育营2天的培训，
not
再
like
带
the
小朋友在
zero
台南的
COVID,
这个
we
工
can
研院
also
来学习
work
科技跟人文从线
both
上到线
online
下。
and
今年
offline.
我们从台湾
And
走向
with the
全球 像今年才刚开始的，我们在多米尼加，为什么跑到多米尼加？多米尼加在20年前，我们看到当地呢有怎样的情况？垃圾山，当地的非常多的小朋友就在垃圾堆旁边在捡垃圾，没办法上学，曾经为他们盖了慈济小学。我们开始号召全球的年轻人一起来教这里多米尼加的小学。泰国清迈慈济小学中学，我们也在陪伴他们，教他们英文。英文为什么很重要？多了一个语言，就有机会通关走向国际，甚至在莫桑比克的优质的干部志工，我们在莫桑比克即将援建23间学校，21间国中小，2间这个大学，这样子的一个人才培育非常的重要。我们透过线上远距教学之外也不够，我们还要再加上线下那这个影片我们就跳过。那这样子的全球招募，包括台湾全球年轻人啊，我们号召之后呢，透过线上老师，我们可以看到有线上老师然后透过科技的方式一起来陪伴这些小朋友之外呢，学生之外，还有在地的老师。线上跟线下都要整合在一起，这样子呢，才让这些比较在发展中国家、未发展国家的年轻人、小朋友得到很完整的陪伴。这种模式现在叫 OMO，Online Merge Offline， 这样子一个模式陪伴之下，有陪伴跟没陪伴的这个差别，我们让他英文前侧跟后侧，发现到有线上陪伴的成绩是有办法成长更成长，为什么呢？因为线上的可能是英国的，有可能是美国的，有可能是亚洲的，口音不同，他需要听得更努力，有互动有交流，讲得更多，语言成长更大。到底要如何符合更符合现代需求刚刚前面在讲到的，如何让更多年轻人进来。我们在昨天办了这样子一个慈济国际青年永续年会。第一届的在这个松山东区会所 B1 慈济现场办了这样子一个活动。
气候变迁，地球环境遭受破坏，造成生态危机。第一届慈济国际青年永续年会正式召开，鼓励青年领袖为环境保育而努力。
我们会推荐他们参加今年第27届的气候变迁大会，邀请永续发展或是气候变迁所谓的 ESG 这方面的专家，还有一些本来就很活跃的国际舞台上的青年领袖，可以一起来共同开课。
永续年会邀请。
好，那我们在这个年会当中其实早上呢是年会，下午办了3场工作坊。那这场的这个永续年会很重要，为什么呢？我们不只是邀请慈青。内部慈济2代的年轻人，我们更邀请外部的年轻人，开放对外的报名。为什么？现在需求，社会需求是什么？我们了解吗？现在社会环境想要的是什么？现在社会的教育是什么？现在的永续发展、循环经济做的是什么？我们邀请不同的年轻人，在不同议题之下，教育、环保跟这个素食推广3大议题，邀请不同的年轻人一起来。我们在这样子的一个活动当中，看到了非常多优质的年轻人。在下一场节目当中看不到，但是我们会跟大家分享，有来自台大的一群优质的年轻人，台大三辐社，很多的社团现在都面临倒闭的情况。也许你在陪伴慈济社，我也在陪伴，看到了年轻人不想参加社团的情况，但是还是有办法联络社团。台大三辐社人数是限制人数，还可以砍掉人数，但是我们透过线上办学，邀请这样子年轻人。其中一位的年轻人他看到了莫桑比克，他发现说他要来慈济成为我们的同仁，到莫桑比克。
Taiwan University,
这样子的一个年轻人我刚刚在问戴林师姐说，确定吗？11月份他就会签订成为我们营建署的同仁，也变成慈济人的一份子。然后甚至呢，我们还有更多的年轻人，透过这样子的一个创意发想。把上人教我们的精神理念，把慈济在做的事情，结合外部年轻人共同一起来发想，如何让慈济、让社会走向更好的未来。刚刚讲到就是这一位他也是慈济人，他带着的是台大三辐社的年轻人，看到了慈济可以有更多创意发想，
guide the young people for the later future. And here we can see they also vow to initiate study group. So, like one master's teaching saying that not only focus on the vanity, but also we need to hold practice to be to achieve reality. So we want to call all the young people for the to perform the teamwork and for the better future. Thank you.
And this is really difficult to tell between vanity and the reality. And I'm very grateful that a lot of messages are here, like Jing in Beijing says that we really have like a good presentations today, and this is good. And Wang in Shandong says that CEO Yan and really takes good care of people. And we have a lot of messages in China, including Chongqing, Heihe, and we have senior volunteers. And he is the first like volunteer in Kaohsiung. Xing gives you his like best encouragement and regard. And when you were just here, and I feel amazed, right? Well, what is vanity and what is reality? Are you talking about technology, right? No, actually. And do you feel this is really amazing and warming heart that we have a lot of audience here tonight? And of course, right? I think everybody, we should bring hope and like a good feeling toward everybody. And this is what we should do, right? And let's wave and say hello to everyone online, okay? And this is also vanity and the reality. That's if we talk about the technology, right? Okay? And today, a lot of good presentations and sharing and the feedbacks toward all the three presenters. And here we have a message from Tu Maoxing, and he says that this is a very, very good presentation from a young guy at the post-COVID-19 era. And a message in Japan says that, okay, you did a wonderful presentation and you really answered a lot of my doubts and questions, right? We really, really have a lot of good returns doing Ciji. If you think so, give yourself a big hand. Good. And he is young, and this is the power of a young man. And he is so much younger than I. But I'm not I'm going to be old, okay? And he really leads a lot of team, and they don't belong to Ciji. And his purpose is to make a better society, and it's good. As you can see here, you will see that, okay, I don't have a good eyesight here. And today my husband just sent me this note saying that secret here. And this is what my husband want to say, right? And at the very beginning, and we are so busy and it's chaotic. And today, the YouTube is okay today, but the Facebook was kind of out of order, and the machine and the transmitters got a problem. And finally, here the problem is here. And what is this? This is this is an impermanence, right? And we checked this before, and it was okay, but I don't know why today it's just kind of out of order. Okay, and let me tell you again, this is impermanence. Sorry that I brought you a lot of inconvenience. I'm so sorry today. It's okay. We totally accepted your apology. And we will just see here, okay, what's happening here today. The situation today is not the first time that I experienced, right? So isn't this is life, right? And you don't know the problem, and you don't know what the problem is. Maybe you know, but you just can't handle that. But as we get the point, then we will just do something. And anyway, wherever you are, I really hope that you can give us some kind of a positive feedback and like us and subscribe to our channel. And the most important thing is that are you satisfied and do you enjoy the presentations from all the volunteers at Mr. Zheng's journey? And tell me, okay? And we will really have to follow after Mr. Zheng's steps, right? Okay. And today it's going to be Jingen's showtime, and if Mr. Zheng says something, and actually Jingen will just show up. And this is Jingen. So she has to know a lot in the world and listen to people's heart and get the answer from Mr. Zheng Yan. And maybe she can share with you what Mr. Zheng Yan says, right, according to her. So today, ladies and gentlemen, Jing En.
那今天金恩的主题呢是观天下事。
Dear Mr. Cheng and dear CEO and dear city family from all over the world and at Kaohsiung. My topic today is to observe the sentient being all over the world and listen to all sentient beings. What is the topic that we could all transcend, we could all share, and we could all feel the same way when we discuss this topic, that we could transcend our time difference and our country borders. Yesterday, Master Zheng Yan came here in Kaohsiung to give us year-end blessings, and so I thought that it would be very nice to, it would be great to discuss with you about how we observed the sentient being, the voice of sentient, the situation of sentient beings, and listen to the voice of sentient beings. And today, Master Zheng Yan in the year-end blessing, Master Zheng Yan kept mentioned about the war between Russia and Ukraine. And on Monday, October 17, a supersonic fighter jet crashed into a residential building in the southern Russian city of Yursk, near the border with Ukraine. And Master Zheng Yan said that there's imbalance in the four elements in the world, and the eruption of the glacier, the melting of the glacier, brings alarming virus threat to the world. And the genetic analysis of the soil and lake sediment from Lake Hazlet, the largest high Arctic freshwater lake in the world, suggests that the risk of a virus spillover, where a virus infects a new host for the first time. Master Zheng Yan said that UN workforce in Ziji and in New York, and we have the conference call we show and there's a countdown clock in New York. A giant digital display in New York Union Square is counting down second by second how much time humanity has to solve the climate crisis before slipped past a point of irreversible change. So the digital clock keep counting down second by second. So the Master Jingen always told us that the only solution to save the world is to become vegetarian to reduce the carbon emission.
所以我们必须要有这个意识，因为人口多就多了一张嘴巴，然后要怎么样吃饭？所以刚才呢，
the UN announced that the population of humanity is going to reach the record high, so there will be scarce resources and water, so that many people will suffer from hunger. And we cannot leave 7 things in our life. We have to have enough food, and we need to have enough salt and water. And Somalia is a country that is suffering very severe famine. You can see from the screen that the children is suffering from the starvation and is very bony. And are we possible to become the next one of the next population that suffer from the hunger? And when volunteer go to India to help India, Master Chen say that she never heard that there's a level rating differences in level of hunger. Suffering in the many countries. So don't underestimate our karma, and don't underestimate your own potential to extend your helping hands. And let's walk out from our own country to help the other countries. And Somalia is the country that is suffering a very severe famine, and about 1.5 million children are suffering from malnutrition. And you can see that a lot of them are very bony and with only a big head, but their body are very bony. And so I'm going to share a story in the outer Mongolia. 20 years ago, Master Zonghan mentioned that when Republic of Mongolia asking for help, and Master Zonghan said that if we don't go to help them, do we want to wait until they are starved to become very bony like the children that are suffering from starvation in Africa? So in Pakistan, there's no flood, but it's still very people are suffering from starvation. So Master Cheng say that if I know information that people are suffering in the world, no matter where it is. I am going to ask people to extend their helping hand to start helping because they are so poor. Master Zonghan cannot bear to see them continue to suffer because the shortage in food. And there's corruption in the Mongolia, the financial crisis in Mongolia. Master Cheng said that although they look, they don't, their skin don't look dark and they don't look very, very skinny, that doesn't mean that they don't need help. They still are suffering from hunger and famine because it's very cold in the winter time and it's very hard to grow crops in the winter time, and it's under 27 degrees in the winter time. So we in Taiwan we could still we don't need to wear a lot of clothes. We still feel warm, but in Mongolia it's under 27 degrees under 0 Celsius. Is very, very it's bitter and cold. So they need clothes to keep their body warm, and they need a medicine for to treat their illness, and they need food. And no matter how many family members in the family, all of them they could only get the distribution just one bread for 1 or 2 days for a whole household. So it's very hard to bear the starvation. Zimbabwe and Malawi and Ethiopian, they are all suffering from the famine and hunger. I want to go to help them, but Master Jingen said that we need to have, we not only need to have compassion, we also need to have wisdom to use the right method to help the people who are suffering. Master Zonghan say that how far are we going to travel in this lifetime if we walk straight little by little, and then we'll walk straight in our whole life. We walk on this Bodhisattva path. It's a straightforward path, and it is a very straight path that we could witness, observe all sentient beings, and also listen to the voice of all sentient beings. For people who are suffering, city volunteers like Guan Yin, and that's she mentioned about direction. Let's point our finger to the direction. The thousands of lotus sprout in Hualien is where our spiritual home is. Actually, it is very fortunate for us to have the guidance of our Master Jingen, and we just need to follow her guidance, and we won't get astray in our lifetime. We walk on this Bodhisattva path. It's the path that we could safely walk on this path and be able to help suffering beings.
相机面才觉得有在过营队，对不对？
所以其实这也是一种经验值哈。She also feel hungry at night. And when she feel hungry, she in the middle of the night, she would get instant noodle for her supper. And when she is always by the side of Master Zheng and learning from Master Zheng, then she is then getting more and more compassionate. Brother Zonghan is here. Let's welcome Brother Zonghan.
强烈感染，不自觉加快语速2倍以上，提高了分享的内容的含
金。And from 贵州，
所以刚才其实金恩有一度时间，我就发现
Teacher May always encourage us, no matter we are on the online or we are on the in Kaohsiung. 所以
在这个当下里面呢，我们就可以知道说。我们也会去受感染。那我的语速的确快到我们所有的
she prepared tremendous amount of content, but she didn't have enough time to do to go through all her PowerPoint presentation.
技术团队还有所有的技术团队，有你们真好，感恩感恩再感恩。
I know I speak very fast, and because I bring difficult time just for our interpretation team. I know that because I speak very fast, but I still need to speak very fast because we have very limited in time. And Guan Xinyan from Canada, she said that the elder the more experienced city volunteer that leading that have done tremendous great work that have gave the younger generation a very great foundation to begin with. So it's thank you, Brother Sidan, for us to understand the new generation, the thoughts in new generation, and the CEO. They always pay attention to everything that happens into the world. St. Martin's City Chapter. Do you have contact with them? They say that give a big sum to all the speakers. Only Zonghan. She is the only person who gave me the PowerPoint presentation today, not before today. So all the speakers, when they came to Kaohsiung with Dharma Master Chen a few days ago, they always felt sorry to. They always apologized to me that they didn't. Gave me the PowerPoint presentation. Zonghan, although he gave me the presentation today, I still appreciate he made it at the very last minute.
All the Tzu families used to say that I'm crazy. Now you say that I'm very cute and very crazy too. I'm very appreciate that actually today we have a Poland groups that were visiting here. So everybody was rushing about the reporting for tomorrow's. Today we are going to talk about the inventory of our life.
果真很幸福。
Okay. So the topic I would like to share about is the happiest moment when you take in the inventory of our life. What I would like to share with you is the pictures. When Jingen mentioned about if there's a starving in the world that will make you feel bad. One of the pictures that is my favorite pictures. It was taken in Mexico without no reasons. I just love this picture so much. I probably look skinny in the picture, but actually I am actually in Mexico in 2017, and the picture was taken in one of the volunteers' house, and the volunteer is a nurse, and after a month, I feel so relieved. I kind of know what I'm doing, and I was holding a girl. Her name is Rahina. So that is what I feel during the complicated moment, but I feel release. But in the reality, the picture is a part of one of our volunteer. He happened to walk out from the restaurants. Actually, this picture looks very nice, but with him showed up in the picture, that just make the picture looks a little bit, but it's my happiest moments. And every day we're doing the disaster assessments, and lots of time in the morning we'll visit a city, and in the afternoon we will visit another cities. So in the afternoon we will share the result that the city that we visit, how the disaster, and to make assessments. And when we were sharing the results for our morning assessments, we showed the videos. And the video shows there's a little boy, he's 8 years old, and his house is collapsed. And when he was awake, and he's still alive, but his arm was he's missing. Right across his house, a lot of his classmate was dead because of the earthquakes, and he's a very quiet voice, and he's kind of depressed. He doesn't like to talk or doesn't like to take pictures. And we decided that we're going to share his story to all the other volunteers, and we gain their trust. When we are talking about this little boys, you can see this one of the volunteers wearing a white hat. She was crying so badly, and the other volunteer was asking, "What's wrong with you?" And then she told us that her son was also dead during the earthquake. So our volunteer with the blue shirts, she's also the mom of the 2 children. She said to Tani, "Why don't you become a volunteer too? Because we do need your help." If we just go there on our own, the children that lost his arm, they will still lose his arm, but his story touched a lot of people's hearts. And for this mom that lost her sons, but there will be no interaction between those two. But with our story sharing, that the stories is like every one of us could be a candle that you were enlightened, and then you will never extinguish. You can light up another candle, and one after another, you can enlighten the others. So at that moment that we took pictures, And sometimes, some of the moments that we will see things in a different ways. When I was 15 years old, I was forced to attend the camp. I wasn't really willing to come here, but because I have lots of joy here and the thought of young people, so we feel lots of fun. And after the camp, I told my dad that I'm gonna come back here again. So I returned again as a member. And as a member, you have a benefit because you can talk to Master Zheng Yan. You can hear her preachings. And because I'm having too much fun in the morning, so sometimes during her preaching, I will fall asleep. But at a certain moments, I fell asleep during her preachings, and sometimes I want to write down the notes, and I fell asleep. But at the moments when I was awake and I heard the Master says that every sentient being's happiness is my happiness, and I cry, I think that this person should tell the truth. I can truly feel that whatever she said, that is reality, that is truth. I really decided at that moment, I make up my mind, I want to become a volunteer. And this year, in February 24th, that is the date Ukraine and Russia war started. And this year, October 19 is in the lunar calendar is also 24th. Like after 6 months later, the Ukraine and Ukraine groups and Poland volunteers, they all come back to Taiwan and also attending our daily morning assemblies. And when the Master Jing starting her year-end blessing ceremony, they all come to say goodbye to her. And the groups also experience the daily life of the masters. If without the affinities 6 months ago, we will never meet each other, we'll never have the chance to know each other, to know these organizations. And for this lady, she thought that that picture will be the last chance. She had a picture with his son, with her sons, and the other girls, she's begging for the shopping cart because her dad is blind. She wants to bring her dad back to Ukraine. And when I see in the shelters, the bread that was living in front of the windows, you can see this is so easy, without a place, just a bread sitting on the tables. Everybody in the shelter was living like that, and they were very satisfied just with the bread to eat. At that day, I make a lot of joke, and I try to cheer them up. And by the time I walk into that room, I realized there were so many volunteers that live in that tiny little rooms. And with this video, I would like to explain this video to you. On the road, we can see the twin sisters. It was in the very hot days, and that is our distribution date. And I can see from their backside, it was very hot day, and they were all sweating, and they were carrying lots of bags on them. And even the kids are carrying lots of bags. If without us to help them carry those bags, how could they make their way home? But during the process, we realized that they're heading to a hostels, and the kids, when the baby look at me, he's kind of cautious. His eyes is full of fears. You feel miserable that even for the little kids, they have their fear in their minds. So I'm going to report it to our masters. It's October 24th. That is exactly 8 months after the war started. And a lot of people tell Lucas, the Poland volunteers, lots of people say to Lucas that, thank you, you guys did a wonderful job. Until what you see, every day people see the couples, Lucas and Monica, they say, you guys are great bodhisattvas, you guys did such a wonderful job. And then Lucas said to our sisters, says, everybody can only see us from the TV, but they did not see you guys around us. Without you, without all the Tzu Chi volunteers, we can never achieve these missions. So at that days, with these candles, in the different period of life, everybody has their happiest moment in life. So in Tzu Chi, we have these affinities to experience this life and to appreciate people, to appreciate what happens to us during our life. Thanks to everyone. It is such a wonderful work. It was such an exciting speech. So tomorrow morning, 7:30 for the whole morning. If you miss that time, actually on October 26th on a Wednesday mornings. Actually, the picture is even more exciting than the first pictures. Can you give us a funny face? So this is the happiest picture, my favorite pictures right now, because everybody was so cute and we all make the funny face that was so funny. That made me so happy. So when I hear from your sharings, what you participate is actually when he was sharing with the Master Jingen.
And the children are really cute, right? And they can give you any kind of like a cute facial expressions. This is really amazing. Okay, and you can just participate in them. This is more amazing. And this is really a happy moment. Okay. Okay, and I think this is not easy, right, for you, right? Okay, and I don't know that you really love children that much. Okay, may I ask you a question? In any team camps, and I think I was drowsy, and Mr. Zheng Yan saw it. And Mr. Zheng Yan didn't say, wake this woman up, right? And instead, okay, Mr. Zheng Yan wanted to see the schedule. And finally, she said that, oh, come on. And I am an overactive person, and even I could just fall asleep, and you will see like how tight the schedule was, right? Okay? And you will see that how considerate Mr. Zheng Yan was, right? Okay? And when everybody heard about this event, and maybe you laugh a lot, right? But I think this is really, a considerate like event. And we can treat it as a joke, but I also feel touched, although it's really fun, okay? And great presentation from Zonghan. And we had a message saying that, okay, we have the pure practitioner sharing, wonderful presentations, and I feel, there is a hope in the future. And we have a Yang from Yunnan Dali, and he says, right, okay, all the images lists and all the statistics like show us something really terrifying and really surprised to me, really surprising to me, and very grateful to have your great presentation. Let me tell you, this is important if you like us and subscribe to our channel. And here we have a Thai Guoji who says like we are lucky to have you here. Okay, and finally we have a final presenter, and come on here. And he comes to shock me, right? Okay, and he just came into me, and as we are still setting up the tables and the lights here, and I say, do you need to come over so early? And Yunjing just says, I just want to come because you say that we gather here, and you don't know, you didn't say like what time, right? Okay, and I asked whether you have any PowerPoint, right? And he told me that no, because I'm here to be grateful and show you my sincere gratitude. So let's listen to Yunjing's presentation. Everyone, good day. And today is the first time, okay, I'm here without PowerPoint, right? Okay, and I told the teacher Ming that I prepared nothing today. And this is really kind of exciting, right? And I carry my gratitude here today. And I think to make it clear, I can share with you like number one. And 2 years ago, I thought it's the same place here, and I shared the experience that we had experience and visiting Da'ai village in Hualien, and I share with you how their situation is, and we tried to help the family. And we didn't plan to offer like how much money monthly, although they have really the financial need, right? Okay, and we thought that we should have helped the mother of the family to find a job, okay, and she could just earn money. And actually, if she had a job and she could just earn money, and the financial problem was therefore solved. Okay, and not long ago, I received a call from Kaohsiung, and actually that person was Zeng and he told me that he grew up in Hualien near Jing's Abode. And he had a farm there, and he just passed by the family that I mentioned, and the mother just rode 12-kilometer distance and went to like Zeng Yangqi's home and did like a temporary job there, and therefore her financial problem was solved. But the story didn't end yet, okay? Because the mother had like 4 children who dropped from school, and I had to just find a job for them. And actually, things didn't go really smoothly. And some children, like I helped, okay, they just quit schooling and went back to school. So this is kind of a better experience, right? And we say this is a vicious cycle, and such families would just face a lot of more problems. And I think not everybody was as lucky as the family I mentioned that was helped by like Zeng Yangqing. Okay, and the second, I have to be grateful to just the CEO talking about And speaking of the earthquake last month in September, okay, the earthquake was not severe, but it was severe actually, okay. And what is difficult this time is that the victims, okay, around the Yuli and the Chishang were mostly elder, no matter they live alone or not, okay. So we have to like visit them pretty frequently and rebuild their home for them. And I made a lot of calls to all the volunteers, and Wang Xianchong received the call. And after he received the call, and volunteers from Kaohsiung just rushed over to Hualien and rebuilt their home in the shortest time. So now they have a complete home, and this is the second thing that I have to show my sincere gratitude and all the volunteers here. Thank you very much, right? Okay, because it's not one person or two persons that come along to Guardian. It's one team or two teams, many teams coming here. So thank you for and including Yang Minqing. This is the second thing. And the third that I want to show my gratitude. It is invisible, but I want to say thank you, carry my gratitude to all the team members in Kaohsiung, because Mr. Zheng says like environmental education is important, and the recycling volunteers are really doing a good job to protect the earth. So the environmental education is vital to our next generation, and therefore in Kaohsiung, like we promote like environmental education, and this is one and only in the Ciji world in Taiwan, and it happened in Kaohsiung, and that is EST, right? And we had cooperations with the Science Museum and the Education Bureau, and E is Education Bureau, and T is Technology, and T is Ciji. So it is EST, and we combine all the sources together, and we help the children who are interested in the environmental protection, which is about environmental education. So such education can just go really smoothly, and this is really amazing. Okay. And, this is kind of a EST mode, and we have this in Kaohsiung, one and only. And this is the third thing that I have to carry my gratitude. Okay, and the third one is very vital for our earth, and the first and the second are vital to people. And Master Zheng says like volunteers in Kaohsiung are really kind of energetic, right? Whenever they see people need something or the world needs something, and here in Kaohsiung, and you just carry on and make it into actions, right? And you are not only the pioneer, and you are the role models, right? I carry my sincere gratitude to you in Kaohsiung, right? Yeah, you really help a lot of people, and you really help in a lot of like disaster relief, and you also do something and protect our earth, right? Thank you very much. And at the same time, and Zheng Yangqing and a lot of volunteers that were mentioned by Wang Yunjing, please come up here, and all the speakers, presenters today, please come up here. And we are really honored, and we have to also show our gratitude together here. And when we're here and look here, and this is a picture shown in 2017, which was the first time like we have an online streaming in the evening. And I think online study group Kaohsiung began its broadcasting in the evening whenever Master Zheng has her journey, in Kaohsiung. And we feel very grateful that we had a chance to do so. And not only this, and I believe that a lot of teams in other areas also do a great job. Okay, and Yunjing came over here, of course, tonight to say something good about us. But is he telling you the truth? Of course, yes, right? Then we have wonderful entrepreneurs in Kaohsiung doing something like Wang Yunjing mentioned there, okay? Helping a lot of people in need or helping the earth in need. Okay, and they are telling the truth because we have videos, okay, and I'm very honored that we have the online streaming and we can show you touching stories, right? And today, sorry again, because we had some technical problems about our internet, right? And Yunjing is really a good person, and he said to me that okay, it is lucky for him that he didn't have any PowerPoint today because of technical problems, right? Okay, here is a message, and we have a Sidan from Japan saying thank you. And when the deputy CEO is doing something good and help the people in need, and as a Buddhist, how can we just stay away from it and not do anything about it? And when we just walk there and see the Buddha's footprint, and I think it's time for us to do something. If you are able to do something, and just do it, right? Okay, and we are not in Lumbini, but we can still know something about that. So thanks to the technology, and thanks for all the volunteers doing something to them, okay? Even though we never go to Lumbini, but we can just be part of the power. So finally here, I like to invite everybody to do one thing. Now, I think Master Zheng Yan's aspiration is to do something in return to the Buddha's hometown, Lumbini, Nepal. So, yeah, we can also do something, and you can just do whatever you can and donate however much you can, and to show the great love. And let's make the great love like a seeker. We say seeker. So let's do something, okay? And we can do it as a storage. So let's take doing good deeds as precious thing, as a treasure. And here at the last, let's sing the song, okay, together. And here, as you see, we have like a 9 character here, right? And this is like a Master Zheng Yan's like a blessings, right? And later on, we will read them all together. And I think it's kind of a great kind of presentation today. And let's sing it. And put the Dharma into heart and make it into our bone marrow. And may we also make the Dharma infinite. So it means that we make the Dharma part of our body and make it infinite. Make it infinite. Make it numerous. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for your participation. And here, let's go back to our PowerPoint. And if you are a passionate person, and you are lucky because they can get involved and they are happy doing something, and no matter how big the problem is, and they can just face it. And although they have something, they receive a lot of negative feedbacks, but they are still going on happily. And if you just light up yourself by other people's encouragement, and you are just a light up, but we have to be a generator and generate light for others, right? And also people don't have to have power, but we need cause. Okay, so next Wednesday, we have a lot of guests here, and number one, it is like a story about education in some families, and the second is also a very powerful and interesting story. Okay, and when you go home, let me remind you, don't have any more coffee, and you can just go to bed directly. And I think you learn very much and acquire really much Dharma tonight, right? And we really get encouraged and get inspired, right? And let's spread the Dharma all together, and let's study all together at the online study group Kaohsiung. And let's wave goodbye to Mr. Zheng and all the masters from the Abode. Okay, thank you very much.